Oh, what's up? No, it's not a stranger. It's me. Enjoying this day of peace. Hope everyone has had and is currently having a Merry Christmas on today. Where I am, the weather's been fair, gray, and it rained yesterday, but it's pleasant today. Hope everybody was at home today with family, and yesterday with family and friends. They have like stuff like those who can't be with their family and friends. They create stuff now. Called, was it Friendsmas? If you can't be around your family, you're around all your partners or your friends, or whatever they have. It was called a Friendsmas, and they had Friendsgiving, and then. Now they came up with Galentine's. We got to stop all this. Galentine. I'm gonna talk more about that as we get closer to Valentine's Day. That is just it's over the top. But anyway, y'all, I want to shout out to my family in Memphis, and I think I have some folks in Texas and Nebraska. Shout out to my folks in Nebraska, Omaha, Mississippi. Yeah, Chicago, shout out. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. But what else? Yeah, hope y'all ate good and cooked good. You know, I've enjoyed these couple of days off. It's been awesome. But tomorrow, back at it. I want to say this, though, because I meant to say it, but never got around to talk about this particular topic. And by the way, as we near the end of this year, oh, glory. The new year will begin on January 1st. And I'm here to tell y'all, this will probably, if not the last, I may have one more video to do on my Facebook page. Because beginning in the new year, I'll be heading mainly exclusively to my YouTube channel that is Rico the Opinionist. And but I just want to share this particular topic on my Facebook page, and I'll share it around other places. Hold on, let me sit right here, y'all. Y'all know, every year, all universities, they have people come in to speak at their commencement or their graduations, which is cool. What's up, Dennis? Which is cool. And you know, they invite the people who they believe are change makers, and they can really inspire new graduates to go on and pursue their dreams and aspire to the highest of heights based on their majors, and all that's wonderful. But here's the deal, you know, and this happened in other places, but I guess I noticed this year. My alma mater, Grambling State University. They invited Master P to be, Grambling State University invited Master P to be the keynote speaker or the commencement speaker for graduation this month of December. That's not the crime, because Master P has done a lot as relates to the business world, and he has a lot to tell young people as relates to follow your dreams and don't give up. Even when people count you out, continue to go. Even if you fall, get back up. So he has that message. But here's my problem with that, the way he was presented. Because I read the article. He was referred to as Dr. Percy Miller. And I looked and I scrambled. And I'm like, when did he become a doctor? You know, hence the title of this Facebook. It says, stop calling just anyone doctor. And maybe I'll be corrected after this, but I have not read in his bio where he attended a graduate school anywhere in these United States or abroad, where he went to class at least once a week on a Saturday for 3 hours or 4 hours, and he dug up articles, and he did pages and pages of research papers, and he stayed up all night reading and studying to get those assignments in. He lost hair, lost friends, lost family members, sacrificed fun and living so he can get this work done. I don't recall him completing a dissertation or taking comps to earn a PhD. Then you have those doctorate degrees where you don't have to do comps. You don't have to do a dissertation. They're called practice degrees, which is offered in my field, which is social work. It's called a doctorate of social work. There are some doctors out there that you don't have to do a comp. For those of you who've gone on to earn PhDs or EDDs, they're required that y'all know what comps are. And then and there are PhDs and doctors of educations and doctors of social work degrees where you don't have to do a dissertation. You can do what's called, you can present a paper project or a project, which is something that you can present at a symposium or something like that in your chosen field of expertise. I just explained to y'all how this works, right? So I don't understand why he was being called, and I didn't read anywhere where he corrected anybody. And I don't think that's cool, for the president of the university or anybody to refer to him as Dr. Percy Miller. Because there are so many people in the last 100 years who've gone and applied and got accepted to accredited universities across the country to get into these PhD and EDD and DSW programs, Doctor of Social Work, Doctor of Education, PhD or Doctors of Philosophy programs in higher ed or psychology or counseling or social work or English, real PhDs, PhD in research. That PhDs are kind of difficult to pursue. And so what has happened, and we're not paying attention, those of you who are in the world of academia, I'm talking to you. And I'm talking to those of you who've pursued and earned, and those of you who are continuing or currently pursuing a doctorate or PhD or doctor of education. I want y'all to join me in protecting this thing. See, Master P, I think it was someone was saying that he was given an honorary doctorate. You know those doctors when you make a donation to a university and they give you this huge framed piece of paper from the frame usually come from Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, and they put in there Doctor of Letters, Doctors of Humanity, and they give them those. It's like a doctor for a day. But we have people like Maya Angelou. She had a fake doctorate and she was allowed to be called Dr. Angelou, and it wasn't cool. Farrah Gray, y'all know him? Farrah Gray? He has one of those honorary doctorates, and he's been allowed to put Dr. Gray on his Facebook, his social media tag, as well as in his books, Dr. Gray. And no one in the world of academia has called him out. Well, let me tell y'all this. In 2007, when I was pursuing a PhD at a university, he came to speak. He was referring to himself as, I think, doctor then. He was just 19 years old then. And so I stood up in the crowd, and it was question and answer period after he had done his speech. He told his story about being a Reillionaire. Reillionaire was his first book he wrote when he was like 18, 19 years old. Yeah, he was considered a phenom. He was so young going around and a millionaire at that age. He told a story. So I stood up and I asked him as I was going through the process of earning a PhD. I didn't finish that program, by the way. I don't care. But the point that I knew what it was taking to pursue that PhD. And so I stood up and I posed a question, and it was a crowd. I think it was in a church auditorium. It was crowded. And I asked him, so where did you go to school to earn your doctorate? And everyone looked at me like, how dare you? No, because I'm busting my ass trying to read these reading assignments, have the paper, have the notes done and all this done before the next class, and reading this thick ass book that I need to have read so I can discuss and also write at least 5 to 10 pages of notes on it to discuss. No, I want to know where did he get his. Come to find out, he said, well, I was given an honorary doctorate. Okay, see, right there. And so, since then, I've been on, kind of, on guard with that, because those folks who go off to earn a PhD, those things are difficult. And some people have some rigorous programs to go through. And so for those folks who are being called doctor because they gave a donation to a school, or they accepted a monetary honorarium to speak at a university, and they're given this as a token of appreciation for coming to speak, this big plaque and I call it Dollar Tree frame, this piece of paper, Doctors of Honors or letters, and they think they're supposed to be called doctors. I need those of you in the world of academia, and those who are pursuing doctors, EDD, PhD, Doctor of Social Work, DSW, I need y'all to join me in calling these folks out, because it's not fair. It's not fair to you. You're doing the actual work. You're staying up actually all night. You're sacrificing parts of your life. Some of you are husbands and wives and pursuing your PhD. Some of you are doing a lot of work. And for these doctors of letters, these honorary people to be called doctor, and then you have these systems that they get to walk around with people in real academia referred to as doctor. And no, this is nothing against Percy Miller. This is nothing against Master P. I hope he sees this video, and I hope that whenever someone refers to him as Dr. Miller, if it's a legitimate doctorate, okay, but if it's not, I hope he corrects them and says, no, I'm not a doctor. I didn't earn a doctorate. I was given a piece of paper in a Dollar Tree frame that said, thank you for coming to speak, or they were showing appreciation for a donation I made to their university. Because it's really, and it is that important. Another degree that I don't think is a real degree, stop calling these preachers doctor, because they go to seminary school and get this Doctor of Divinity. That's not a real goddamn doctorate. All of me and you and I can read the whole Bible, and that's how we can get a Doctor of Divinity. A bunch of foolishness. Yeah. We can get a doctorate in divinity. Just stop calling these preachers. Look them up and see where they got their doctorates from. If it's a Doctor of Divinity, it's not a real doctorate. So don't call them no goddamn doctor. That's not a real degree. Now, if you're a minister, your pastor has a PhD in higher ed, a PhD in education, a PhD in research, a real PhD in engineering, a doctorate in social work, a EDD, doctor in education, a real doc, then you call him doc. But don't call these people doctor with these paperweight ass degrees. Paperweights behind Dollar Tree frames. That's not cool at all. And I frankly don't appreciate it, because, let me tell y'all something. When it comes to being humble and telling the truth, I've been a counselor for over 25 years, and I've had clients, and I have at least two right now. They try to call me Dr. Rivers or Dr. Rico, and I tell them respectfully, no, I'm not. I appreciate you, I appreciate you showing appreciation for the work we're doing together, work we've done together as it relates to your mental health, but I'm not a doctor. I'm just MAricoRiversMSW, LMSW, LCDC. I haven't earned that title, and so I don't try to. One thing about me, I don't try to embellish my credentials, and people do that. I remember one time, one time I was working in this facility in my hometown of Memphis. She had an LMSW, licensed master's level social work, and I want to share something with y'all. I want to show y'all how this works. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to go there, but I want to show y'all how this works. See, I'm a social worker. I have a master's degree, and I have LMSW in my home state of Tennessee. With my LMSW, I am referred to as a counselor. I'm not a psychotherapist. Now, I've worked jobs that have had the title. Now, job positions called therapist, right? There are jobs that you work as a social worker that may have outpatient therapist. Boom. But I call myself that because I'm at work. But outside of work, I know what my credentials are. LMSW is counselor. But you have these social workers with LMSW. I'm a psychotherapist. And they're flogging, they're embellishing their credentials. Meaning, when I will be able to call myself a psychotherapist when I earn my LCSW, it's called Licensed Clinical Social Worker. Then I will be able to legitimately refer to myself outside of a job as a psychotherapist, because that was what I've earned my way and worked my way up to. That makes sense? But you can also be a psychotherapist if you have what's called an LPC, Licensed Professional Counseling, or if I had a PhD in social work, along with my LMSW, I can refer to myself as a psychotherapist because I have the PhD. Now, I'm trying to see when I get my DSW, I'm not going to go for that PhD because that's a little above my research pay grade. I realized earlier, I don't want to do all that shit. I'll just rather, because that DSW will work just fine for me. It is like a practice doctorate, a professional practice doctorate, meaning I'm in practice. I'm doing the work. I'm not interested in being in a lab doing the research all day long. I want to show you how it's done. I want to teach you how it's done. So that DSW works just fine. In the DSW, I would not be required to do comps after I think 1 or 2 semesters of work. I would have to do comps, and I would not be required to do a dissertation. I would be doing what's called a project paper, on my area of expertise. And then I would present it either through, to a class or at a symposium, social work or research symposium. That'd be it. And that works for me. I'll still be Dr. Rico and won't have the PhD with the heavy research and all of that. And so I try to respect all levels of academia. And so when you have an LPC, you can refer to yourself as a psychotherapist. When you have a MD, let's say in psychiatry, you're a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist. Now, I'm also here in the state of Texas. I'm a licensed chemical dependency counselor, LCDC. Got it? So I'm a counselor I'm a counselor here with the LCDC, and I'm a counselor with my LMSW. So if y'all run across someone with the credentials of LMSW and they refer to themselves as a psychotherapist, y'all have my permission, and you can have them to call me to correct their ass, because they're embellishing their credentials. All right? And shout out to Ramon. What's up, man? And what's that? Manuel Summers, Patrick Perry. What's up? Pat Perry, I see you with that little white girl on there. I don't know what kind of shtick that is, but it seems like it's working. Let's see who else. Stacy, how you doing, sweetheart? Frank D. He's one of the premier artists out of Memphis. What's up, Frank D? And let's see, Tracy, Coulter, and everybody else who's come through. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit your boy Cash App. Was on here. Show a little holiday spirit. You hear me? I had to make this to get this off my chest. Thank you, Ramon. I had to make this video. What else? I'm trying to see that I leave anything out. LMSW is only a counselor. That's the credential that's supposed to be saying outside of work. LPC can say psychotherapist. PhD social work can say psychotherapist. LCSW, licensed clinical social work, I can then refer to myself as a psychotherapist. Right now, I refer to myself as a counselor outside of my work. At work, they refer to the position I work as a therapist. But I don't call myself a therapist outside of work. I refer to myself as a counselor because that's what my credentials are. People love to try to. And also, Dr. Divinity is not a real doctorate. That's some bullshit. Now, if they have a real, y'all hear, just go back and re-watch this video, what a real doctorate is. Credited. You're going through doing the work. And most importantly, to all these PhD presidents and VPs for student affairs, y'all stop calling these people y'all give doctors or letters to doctor. They didn't earn it. Hell, and it's interesting. You're a president of a university. I'm going back to Grambling now. And you're supposed to have your doctorate. You gonna refer to this person as doctor, knowing all the hard work you put in to get it? You gonna refer to somebody with a goddamn honorary doctorate as doctor? Are you kidding me? And I don't even have one. I respect the process. I started on one, but that's how I know how I should be respecting that process. That's a lot of work that goes into it. So again, if y'all see any one of these paperweights around here with an honorary doctorate or a fake degree, call themselves doctorate, don't let them do that. Y'all check them right then and there. No, you're not. Your name is Mr. You're Mr. You're not doctor. When you take your ass to a program and do them 2 years of undergrad, doing all them articles, doing the research papers, going to class once all day on a Saturday, sometimes on Tuesday and Thursday nights for 3 hours, and you got to study, put all that time in the library, read all these books, and do all these damn papers for class, and have a book read for the next class period. When you've done that, and you've done your comps for those that require comps, and you passed them, and then you did your dissertation and had what's called a chair or a board and chair, and they had to approve your defense for your dissertation. If you have not defended a goddamn dissertation, you're not a doctor of academia. It's your man Rico. What's up, Roger? It's your man Rico the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all in the future. If y'all want to hear any more of what I have to say about other things, go on to my YouTube channel. All it is, just go over there, look me up, Rico the Opinionist, OPINIONIST, and just subscribe, hit the notification bell, so y'all know whenever I'm coming on to do new videos. All right, y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Peace.